So, my name's Nicole Hill, and I've been sitting here for like days, like, I need to make a YouTube video, I have a YouTube channel, I need to make a video, I need to have my voice heard. But I haven't done that, and then today it was like a rainy day, and I didn't really want to go outside and stuff, but I forced myself to go outside. And then I was like, well, I'll get cute, and I'll do my hair, and all this and that, and then I'll do a video. And then I was like, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. But I feel really pushed to start making my channel reflect who I am, because I feel like maybe there are other people out there that could use the help from my life. So we're going to start with, I'm in a tent. And you can hear the rain like outside. It's been raining all day today. I live in this tent. I actually have been living in my car for the past year, and this summer I decided to get a tent. It's a teepee tent. I absolutely love it. Like, so over here on this side, I can show you. I mean, I know this isn't really professional and everything, but this is where like all my magic stuff is. All my crystals and my tarot cards and my rocks and my music and my just all my stuff. And then where I'm at is my bedroll, and then over there is the door. But I have lots of space. I can even have visitors. Like, I have space for people to come sit with me. But it gets me out of the car, which my car, I call it Tallulah. And Tallulah and I have had a very good run for the past year. But it gets kind of cramped. My car is kind of small, so it gets kind of cramped. And the weather, and, you know, it's older. It's an older car. Tallulah's older, so she doesn't have AC and just, you know, issues. So I've been in this tent. So that's one thing that is a little different about my life, that if you come to the channel, you'll hear about my life as far as living in the tent and the good and bad of it. It's usually, I would say, 90% good. But sometimes I forget to close the windows, and I'm out, and it rains, and I can't get back in time, and I come back and everything's wet. I have a lot of bugs and spiders that come in here and harass me. They're all really tiny. But I'm one of those people that when they get on me, when I feel them little tiny legs on me, it just drives me crazy. I'm trying to be nonviolent, so I'm trying not to kill them. So I ask them to stay away from me, to not come near me, to not invade my space, and we'll be sure that I won't kill them, because I'm not going to go out searching for them. But once they start crawling on me and stuff, it gets kind of hard, and then I become a murderess, and yeah. So that's one of the issues of the tent. Other than that, I don't really think there's anything that I'm like, oh yeah, I really don't like that. I love being outside. I love waking up. You know, sometimes I wake up and the chickens are walking around, but I open the door when I wake up and I fit it back, and then I'm able to just look outside, and I feel like I'm totally outside. So it's really beautiful. It was really a big decision last year when I decided to be home free. I don't call myself homeless, I call myself home free. So when I decided to be home free, it was a big decision. And I'm sure, like, as we get to know each other, I'll talk about that and let you understand how I even came to be living in a tent. Crystals and rocks that I just showed you, all my magic stuff, my tarot cards, my rattle, my musical instruments, all of that stuff is so dear and so important to me. As if you didn't know, it takes up half of my tent. I have recently become, within the past year, I've become an Usui Reiki Master Teacher, go me, a Kundalini Reiki Master, go me, and I am now going to get started doing the Munukai rites, which is an ancient shamanism tradition. I don't know a whole lot about it yet, but as I said, I want to start making videos on a regular basis so you guys can know what's going on with me. I say a lot. I am going to work on that and get better. But yeah, so that's like, this stuff is really big to me. A lot of my life, my time is spent meditating, sitting in nature, sitting with trees, playing with rocks, sitting in water. It's a lot of what I do. I meditate. You know, not really great at the meditating thing, but you know, everybody's like, oh, it's a practice. It's a practice. Well, I practice meditating sometimes. So that's like me. That's what you see here. I feed the birds, so I have like bird food in here and stuff, and squirrels. I make sure the little animals are fed. My hair is natural. So right now, it was a mess earlier. It was just matted little mess because I had it in 2 braids down the side. And so I wet it and did my little twist. So that's probably something you'll experience and go through with me, is like the evolution of my hair. Sometimes I just cut it off. I want to say August or September of last year, I cut it all off when I was in Sedona. So I went to Sedona for a month and I camped. For the first week, I just lived on the street. And then later on in my stay, I ended up coming along with a tent and some stuff like that, and I was better able to go into the canyons and actually put a tent up at night and sleep better. But it was a wonderful experience, and again, I'm sure you'll hear about that. The most pressing thing in my life right now is I'm a black woman. And it's really difficult because I'm on this spiritual path. I actually have a nonprofit called Nick's Village that helps women to heal from childhood trauma. I actually put a lot of time and energy into trying to learn how to help women to heal because I was a child who went through trauma. And so that's very close to my heart. I have events that I plan. I have things, coming up that I've planned. So this Sunday, I have something called a pamper event. And what we do there is I bring in a massage therapist, I bring in an esthetician, a Reiki practitioner, and myself, I do tarot. And we offer these services for, we call it a mini service. And so you pay a lesser fee, but you get to have this experience of a really nice service. It's not like somebody rushes you in and rushes you out. It's a really nice thing. And we have food and, light drinks, light refreshments. But it's really a chance to raise money for Nick's Village. And it's a chance to reach our community and be with the women that support us so much, and to give healing to those women. So what the money goes toward at this point is August 7th, 8th, and 9th of this year, I, along with a friend of mine, Anna Wynn, who has Habitat Yoga in Downingtown, will be doing a retreat, a Half Moon Sisters retreat at Timonos in Westchester, Pennsylvania. And this retreat will be a 3-day retreat geared on helping women to heal, on giving them just a moment with other women to have this sacred space where they can cry, they can laugh, but they can expel some of that energy around traumatic events, and they can start to build a community. Everybody doesn't like everybody, but you're going to find somebody there that maybe you can relate to, and then you go home and you have an extra person in your pocket that's yeah, this is my extra person I can call. I never had this person before. And the reason why I know that works is because my whole journey towards this started with a retreat like that. I was scared to go because I was I'm going to be the only black woman. And I went, and there were 2 other black women. But it gave me a chance to be with other women who didn't look like me, but to learn some stuff. And it was very healing. And to this day, I continue to maintain and build and strengthen the relationships with the women that I met at that first retreat. I've been to a second retreat since then, and I've met more women, and I've connected with more women, and it's like each time I put them into my little box of, these are my people. And most instances, most things I get involved in, most things that come up like a, wall, I can call one of those women, or I can text one of those women, or I can Facebook one of those women, because they have some kind of expertise that'll help me. And so I want to help other women to have that kind of an experience. So yeah, we're going to have a retreat August 7th, 8th, and 9th. So that's what I'm doing as far as my healing thing. Everything I say is, it takes a village to heal the world. It starts with me. Nick's Village, healing the world, one woman at a time. So that's like my little hashtag, who I am. And so you gotta know that it became a struggle when, for me, Ahmaud Arbery. That broke me. I watched part of the video, not the entire video. I watched part of the video. I didn't want to see what was going on. And for me, the killing was bad enough. The fact that someone felt like they had the right to hunt someone down in the street and kill them, that was bad enough. Where it got really, really crazy to me is the fact that those people did not get arrested until we found out about it. What was it, 2 months later? That affected me as a black woman. That affected me. My life, black men, my sons, my brothers, my cousins, my nephews, their lives don't matter. Someone can hunt them down in the street and kill them like they're an animal, and their life doesn't matter. That's what I got from that. And I was angry. Spitting fire. Angry. Ready to just like burn it down. Oppressive system. That's where I went. Like, burn this bitch down. I don't care. Burn it down. And I struggled. So for like, the crazy part is like right before George Floyd, or right around the time of George Floyd, this all happened like at once. So I'm already mad at Ahmaud Arbery. I'm already mad at my people because I don't feel like we're making enough noise. I don't think we're burning enough shit up. I don't think they're getting the message. And we're sitting here still going about work and life and COVID-19 quarantine and all that, and I won't even get involved in that today. But I was going through it. And then Tallulah broke down. And broke down. Like, she couldn't do anything for me. So I had her towed to my dad's house. And my tent is probably 20 minutes away from my dad's house. And so there was no way that I was going to get back and forth to the tent, to the car. So I made the decision that home base would be the car, because the car is at least in town. I can get to stores. There's woods right across the street from my dad, so I could still get my nature thing in. I mean, for God's sakes, I was living in the car, which was pushed into the woods, so I was getting my nature thing all the time. But that happened, and at the time, I had a boyfriend of 9 years who was a mechanic. At the first week or two, I was under the understanding that he was going to fix my car, that it was going to, everything was going to be good. He ordered the parts, and George Floyd happened, and I was done. I was just like, you know what? F this. I'm going to Philly. I don't care what's going on. I'm going. I got to get to Philly. So the first couple of days, I just felt so like I couldn't do anything. Like, I can't get to Philly. It's COVID. There's no trains. Like, I can't get there. My car is down. Various people had offered to give me a ride, but I'm a certain kind of person, and you got to be ready to roll with me if I'm going to ride with you. You can't be somebody that like is going to take me down to the city for an hour and then be ready to leave, or be afraid to go, because I'm not really afraid and I'm just going to go. So I ended up going down to the city in the very beginning of the George Floyd stuff, down to Philly with Shakira and Shanina. And it was wild. It was like, we first got there and it was these two different factions, and the one was just like, he was really whack and he was divisive. And we get over to the other group and they're really like in the police face, which I believe that's what you do with a protest. You are in their face. You're face to face like this. There's their line and there's your line, and you guys are just right there like that. That's how I believe it goes. So some of that was going on, and there was a fire jumping the Starbucks. They had set the Starbucks on fire. And off to my right, there was, a fray going on. Well, a little later, I went over there, and they were trying to hold back this police vehicle. And I get over there, and somebody popped the tires, and I think that was the last straw, because the police became a mob, an angry mob. They were driving through the crowd. They were beating us with little metal batons. They were picking up bikes and hitting us with bikes. Like, it got really crazy. So they finally made it through with the vehicle. And then the very thing that we just watched them do to George Floyd, Shakira and I are standing there face to face with these police officers, and they snatch a black man behind their line and they throw him on the ground and they put their knees into him. The exact thing that we're out here protesting about. I was done. Shakira and I are screaming like, no, I'm crying like, no, you cannot do this to this black man in my face. You're just going to have to kill me, but I'm coming through this line. And we're like fighting these cops to get through this line to get to this man. And finally we got through to this black cop, and he says, it's okay. They got handcuffs on him. They're picking him up now. And true to his word, they did pick him up then. But it was a moment for me. So that was before the looting. So after that, we went and the looting began. And first of all, it's a shame that you have people so oppressed and so poor and in such a state that is what they have to do, to have these items that you parade so happily in front of them, even though they can't have them. So I didn't take the idea of like, oh, the looters, they're horrible people and they're this and that, oh, the fires. I was more upset that they weren't blocking the police from getting through more. I was upset that they were letting the fire engines through. Like, I'm like, if we're going to burn it down, burn it down. Don't let them get it. Burn it down. Like, it is what it is. Oh, what about the innocent people? There are no innocent people. They're casualties of war. When we go to other countries and we do that bullshit, we don't care. We're not sitting there saying, oh, but don't do that because there's children there, because there's this and that. This is war. The United States government is complicit. Their very foundation is in holding black people back. Their very foundation. And we've had enough. So for me, it was war. It was like, do what you gotta do. I'm not looting. I'm not a looter. I'm not starting fires. I'm not a fire starter. But I'm here with you and I support you 100%. So I went through that, and then I came home and I hated everybody, which I go through moments of hating everybody because nobody cares. Nobody's as passionate as I am. Nobody's trying to like really hold these people accountable for anything. So that was difficult. And I struggled for days trying to figure out what to do, because I couldn't get down to the city on a regular basis. And I came up with an idea to organize a march, which I'll talk about in another video, but I'm organizing a march August 22nd through 28th from Independence Hall in Philadelphia to National Mall in DC. But I decided to organize a march, and I was going through my Kundalini Reiki Master training, And I realized that God needed me to be still to fully receive the energy and the training. And I knew that I needed to sit still because I didn't really know what I should be doing. And I was really struggling with violence, with feeling like I want to love the world and I want the world to be loving on this hand, and I want to burn this bitch down on this hand. And I'm like, both are extremely true. They're both the truth. And I've struggled with that. And I've been working through it and trying to figure out. So all of that to say, all of that will be in this channel. You'll see my struggles. You'll see me when I'm healing and when I'm doing that. And you're going to see me when I'm ready to burn shit down. You're going to see me when I'm hanging out with the NFAC and I'm carrying a shotgun. You're going to see me. Because ultimately the light wins. But some work has to be done. And what's happening here is incorrect. And it's wrong. And people don't want to admit the benefits that they've had with the system. And they don't want to let it go. And black people are being complacent. And they're like, well, I've got this and I've got that. And it's like that today until they kill your child or your husband or your brother. And it will happen. Because that's what happens in America. So, welcome. If you think that this is a channel that you'd be interested in, please subscribe. If you think someone else would be interested in listening to me or hearing from me, please tell them about it. Like it. I'm not trying to get monetized. I'm not trying to do anything like that. What I'm trying to do is hopefully help another woman out there that's like me, that's struggling or that's not struggling or that's, thinking about being home free or, whatever the thing is. I'm a 52-year-old woman. And the shit that you're going to see me do and the things you're going to see me do and the things I'm open to are going to amaze you. But there are also people that I feel like it's going to inspire. And those are the people I care about. Be amazed all you want. Anybody can do this. Anybody could be this. You can't be me because I'm me. But you can be yourself so completely as I am so completely me. You'll learn more about me. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. If there's anything you want to know, I'll try my best to answer it in another video. But thank you for taking your time and sitting with me for a minute and hearing what I'm hoping to get out of this channel. You won't always see me looking a hot mess like this, but you're not always going to see me dressed up and looking cute and showing off for the cameras. I'm not going to do that. You're going to get me exactly in the moment that I feel like picking this up and talking to you. You're going to get me exactly as I am. And I offer that to you. I offer a real honest look at who I am. And in some ways, maybe that can help you or someone you love. Thank you very much. With that, I say peace, love, and Black power.